The following material contains strong language and adult content. Please be advised.
This is the Comfortably Poor Podcast, an uncensored, wide open, anything and everything goes podcast. You won't find anything like it. And why is that? Because the Comfortably Poor Podcast keeps it 100. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Yes, indeed. Let's go. Let's smoke.
Comfortably Poor Podcast on a beautiful Wednesday.
Yeah, I got a J here. We're doing a J today. I packed a J yesterday. A fucking cone.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I
He's
packed a
going old
cone
school.
of
Willie Nelson.
four different strains in this
Jesus.
bitch. All right, I'm about to get
Got a
fucking
mystery
blasted off the
fucking
No,
motherfucker.
so you know what that
cocktail,
means.
God damn.
You know what that means. It just means he's to the bottom of his bag and he had nothing to do with his leftovers. So he just said, "Fuck, packing it."
He's got
I
like
wish that
4
was the truth.
canisters and
But-
they're all lined up. He
but-
just concocted a fucking generation joint.
What ended up happening was, saying Santa ended up coming through pretty all right for 420 this year. There's a few strains rolling around in the house.
Okay. What strains you got? What strains you got?
We got Snowball. We got some Mandarin Sunset. And also mixed in with this is some Sweet Kush and Strawberry Cough.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your favorite?
Let's light this motherfucker up.
And yo, weren't we supposed to do something either
that
this week or
Snowball's
last show
crazy,
about our strains or something like that? We were supposed to do something. We were saving
A
something.
while ago, we were supposed to do something about our favorite strains, yeah.
Yeah.
But, how you guys been? You got no Ronies? No Ronies?
No,
Not
yet.
today. We made it another
yet.
day.
All
Another
right,
day,
we made it
another
another
week.
day,
Rest in peace to those that
fellas.
haven't, but we're here one more day.
Always good, always
Corona's
good to
not
hear.
taking us out, motherfucker.
No,
Although I haven't left
baby.
my house in about 6 weeks, so I don't think there's any reason for me to get it. So
Why not? Why? I mean, why not? Not, but like, I mean, why would you? You got pussy in your house. You got alcohol. You got food. You got your
Everything
fucking
gets-
toys.
yeah,
Everything is in your house.
I mean we go outside and walk,
What's the reason to leave?
but that's about it. There's no need for anything.
Oh, yeah,
else.
everybody got to do that.
You got to get a little exercise, get a little fresh air, a little vitamin D, and the sun.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You see what I did there? Call me the doctor. There's really not much going on, but as always, we'll figure out something to talk about. I got a video clip I'll play here in a little while. Maybe we'll run through some Would You Rathers. We tried jumping into a new segment at the end of our last live stream on Sunday where we're going to play some unsigned artists. So maybe we'll get into some of that and see what kind of new music might be on the horizon. If you want to join in, give us a call, talk about anything that's on your mind. What's got your mind in a pretzel? See if we can help you figure it out. 844-997-0775. Hashtag Comfortably Poor on Twitter. Talk to us, chat with us, let us know what's going on. At CPPod100 across all social media platforms. Social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. You can find us there. Follow us. We do follow back. And inbox at comfortablypoor.com if you got a funny video clip, article, anything that you want to share with us, you can always send it to us there as well, and we'll fuck with it. Let's jump into this because you brought it up just before we went live, Dan. You were talking about wait, what were we talking about? Blind, being blind. We were talking about how I've become such a horrible speller after I went blind. And for new listeners, I'm somebody that went blind later on in life, just before my 21st birthday. In the last 20 years, I've realized I've become such a horrible speller. And it just showed how much of a visual learner I really was. And Dan, I think you were starting to talk about how people who have been born who are born blind, if they got their vision restored, 20 years into their life, 30 years into their life, you were saying that they would probably struggle to actually read print. Is that what you were getting at?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I was saying the brain. No, it's okay. It's all right. No, this joint is fucking lit. Hell yeah, nigga. So what I was trying to say was that the brain, because the brain is so used to and is so adapted to not seeing, that seeing would be a fucking shock to the brain. Like, it wouldn't know how to respond to that shit.
I actually agree that. Oh well.
So
far,
what happens if
another-
somebody got their eyesight back? They wouldn't be able to fucking They wouldn't be able to read print. Like if a blind person who was blind their whole life, they wouldn't be able to read They wouldn't be able to read print. They would have to read Braille because their brain is not. It would fucking be an overload. Oh, fucking overload. And like having to focus your eyes and you've never done that before and shit. Oh, yeah.
Do we have any Well, I agree that it would be a shock for sure. I don't think I agree that it couldn't happen. I was gonna say though, I know there have been people that have been blind who've gotten their vision. I don't know if we have any real like world examples, but I imagine in the next 10 or 20 years we'll be getting more of those real world examples. Maybe.
I believe that.
What do you mean?
Um,
Well, and
Of,
shout
like,
out to Sam in
people-
the chat talking about how she has Braille, and that's helped her. And I was saying that too to Dan. Like, I think I learned Braille, and it helped me in the beginning, but I don't read Braille. Like, I know my alphabet to do what I need to do with it if I need to label something or whatever, but I don't know all the fucking extra contractions and label or not label. Braille was a bitch for me. Like, I get it. I can wrap my hand around it, and I've talked about this before too. Like when I started learning Braille, there was this like aha moment, and it was kind of cool because I could actually start visually seeing the letters on the paper that I was reading in Braille. Like a Braille A started looking like a real print A to me when I was coming across it. But I just stopped reading Braille. I didn't use it. So I'm guessing if I continued to use Braille and read Braille and were better at it, my spelling would probably get better. It would probably be more where I was before I lost my sight, where I'm seeing the actual words on paper and my brain is processing in that way. I don't know. Dan, you use a little bit of Braille, right? Or so do you, Brando, right? You guys are Braille.
I use
right?
a fuck ton of Braille.
Yeah.
I still.
So are
use
you a
books in
good?
Braille.
You're a good speller, then I'm assuming, Brando. You spell
I'm
pretty.
I'm better than a lot of people who went blind later in life. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I don't know how
you
good.
probably
I am.
contribute that to actually.
That's 'cause you read Braille.
Reading.
consistently, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I've been reading Braille since I was 4 years old.
Right. Yeah. See.
I started.
That's-
That's when I started reading Braille.
And
But
to this
actively,
day,
that's how you
still
read
read it
books and
regularly?
shit?
Yeah. I read books. I read the entire Harry Potter series. I've read dozens of Hardy Boy books in Braille. I've read most of my assignments
hit
in
that shit.
Braille. Math, Nimeth code. I won the Braille challenge. Yeah, Braille's been a mainstay in my life, but I don't know. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The
I'm
print
just sending out a
on
link. Quick.
paper.
Go ahead.
You understand, like the print on paper, right? That print I can see. I cannot read it, but I can see that if there's something on that paper. But I can't.
Right.
I can't read the print.
I had experience with print when I was a kid, when I was really young, and then seeing shit when I was like 4, and then I remember like actually feeling the letters and what the letters felt like, and that helped me a lot. And I was able to like learn how to write letters through that, and like I think about the act of like glancing over words with your eyes, like doing it so fast to where it just sounds natural. You know, it blows my mind when people do it with Braille, but it most certainly like, but and I see the normalcy of it when with people who have eyesight, but like I still think it's pretty fascinating that you can read that fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, because your eye has to conceptualize the full word. You know, that's why we have contractions in Braille to kind of help us speed up a little bit. So we don't have to feel for every letter.
Yeah, and could you imagine a book? Like, they're big enough as it is. If it was just grade 1.
Shit, right?
Letter, like,
Exactly. Uncontracted Braille.
Yes,
is,
bro.
have
Yes.
5 words on a line. Like, it would be ridiculously long.
You know, it's kind of funny
because
that you
it's
should say
already
that.
long enough, even with the contractions. Like,
No, it's
so
bad.
crazy.
One book in Braille is a box of volumes, so it's no. The funny thing about it is that you know they have large print. They also have large Braille.
Large Braille.
Yeah, they have it. There's
They
such
extend the
thing.
cell?
I haven't
It's just
actually
bigger. It's a
seen
little
it
bigger.
personally, but I think
it's not
dots
that
are
much different,
just-
but it's a little bigger, and the dots are a little
Yeah,
more prominent. It's
more
for people who are
yeah.
older and have like neuropathy in their fingertips.
Yeah,
But it's not
Okay.
that far off from. I mean, it's definitely
it's
bigger.
not. I mean, it's enough. It's not like I wouldn't say it's like 5 times the size or anything, but it's noticeably bigger. And can you imagine writing books in that stuff?
Jeez.
It's just,
Hell no.
again, dude, like it only gets worse with Braille, like as far as size and space goes, you know, in trees, which is part of the reason why things started going over to discs and audio and Daisy and all of these other fucking formats. But I love Braille. Braille is awesome. Feels nice under the fingertips. Enjoyable to read. My favorite way to improve Braille, even for people who've been reading Braille for years, best way to read Braille and improve Braille, read the dictionary.
So just get a Braille dictionary and then just have a get your M&M off.
Yeah, exactly. Just spend like 15 minutes a day going through a page in Braille.
I think it's a good idea, people. No, I definitely support Braille. I stopped reading Braille a lot faster than many. I caught on to audio and just realized that I was definitely much more of an auditory learner. I figured since that's how I had to take my tests, since stuff wasn't fucking brailled in time and all that, like, I better fucking get into the habit of listening, right? And being able to fucking comprehend shit through reading shit through audio. And then I started using laptops through school, and then that was it, you know? It was a lot of audio for me. But I sound like a robot when I
Mine
read
was
Braille
just
now,
like-
but like I can read it.
Yeah, fuck all that. Like, it's not. It's just not. For me.
Yeah,
I had to
dude.
get away from it. I had to get away from it. Like, and technology is so much at our fingertips now. Like, it's so much easier for me to pull something up online and read it there, or a fucking audiobook. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and read a fucking Braille book. I'm just not. Like, it's not gonna happen. If I know that it's right there on the computer and I can just throw some headphones on and listen to a book, yeah, give me that 100 times out of 100 times, all day. There's just no. I'm fucking lazy. Like, I don't have the patience to sit there and read a goddamn Braille book.
Yeah, you know when I sit in this is gonna sound so funny. When I have like a braille book out or whatever, I feel my time wasting away. Where if I don't have to worry about reading and making sure I don't skip a line and making sure that all this fucking crazy shit, and I could just hear somebody read it to me, I'll take that any day. Fuck it. And there's a lot of books too. There's some books. I told you, Adam, about a book that had some sound design.
Those are actually my
Joe
favorite
Cipriano.
books. Yeah.
And then also,
Are you talking about graphic audio?
yeah,
pretty much to an extent, but these are like mainstream
his was a little
books.
Different because he was like a radio guy though. He went.
Yeah, this guy was a radio guy and a voiceover artist.
Okay.
And but there's also a few other books that I was put onto a couple years back that have some incredible sound design, and it's a novel, it's a series, but the sound design was fucking phenomenal, and the voice acting, they had people come in and do voice acting for it, and that I think is definitely a lot more enjoyable, and you take in a lot more of the story than if you just.
Yeah, those are the type of audiobooks that I try to read. Is like Brando said, those graphic novels that actually have like sound effects with the narrator.
Yep.
You know, there's like the transitions from chapter to chapter. It might be like a scene or something. Like, yeah, those are definitely ones I get more into. I'm just not a book guy either, though. Give me a movie. Like, I'm a fucking retarded monkey. I don't read books. I listen to podcasts and I watch TV. I listen to watch movies.
See, I love that. I listen to podcasts. I watch YouTube. And
I want to. I want to be more of a
it.
book guy. I try. I just can't. I don't have the attention.
You're not going to be able to force yourself into being something you're not.
Yeah.
No, I read books, but it's very selective books. Like I read a lot of like biographies of people who were in radio. You know what I'm saying? Because I love the story. I love the story and the grind and the stories of getting fired and the stories of having to deal with management and saying something on the air that you shouldn't have and all that kind of shit, man. Like, I love reading that shit. So it's specific to my love, you know, to my interest. And it's very, I can't just, that's why I always say, like, people think I really have no imagination, but, like, that's why I have a tough time just reading, like, science fiction and just like
I can't stand science fiction, but
horror.
I love history. I love history and stuff about war. But 100 times out of 100 times, I'm gonna go to the History Channel. I'm gonna watch a TV show.
Exactly, you're gonna see real shit. That's what I'm trying to say, Adam. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to fucking sit there and read words from somebody's fucking.
Yeah.
You know, he made up a fucking story because he was on some drugs one night. I could do that. My homie could do that. We all could fucking do that.
Wait, so are you saying, like, you prefer, like, nonfiction in general? Like,
I prefer nonfiction mostly. I'm more of a realist, bro. So, like, a lot of my stuff.
I don't know what the fuck nonfiction. What's the difference between nonfiction and fiction? One's true, one's not, right?
Nonfiction is, fiction is fake shit.
Is things that actually happened.
Don't fucking
and that's
judge
the
me.
thing.
I hear everyone out there judge this fucking almost 40-year-old man doesn't know the difference between nonfiction and fiction.
It's all right.
No,
it's all right. Listen,
I want to know.
But you watched it. But you said it
nonfiction,
right when you said you'll watch the History Channel. That's what I'm talking about.
Be true.
I'd rather watch it. I'd rather watch a documentary of something and like stories being told of things that happen over some fucking random motherfucker's thoughts. That's why I can't sit there and read a Harry Potter.
Stuff from people
fuck
that
her.
Were really
Who the
there,
fuck is she?
Not somebody that did some research and is giving their opinions and thoughts on what their research told them. Like, I want to talk to somebody that was there. talk to somebody that was in
Yes, bro.
Vietnam and made it home, and
Yeah.
they're talking to him about his time and
See?
what they encountered and this and that, and like,
You're a realist like me, my brother.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly
some
it.
shit like that.
So like TV is one of those things that really there's just a lot of there, I guess. Like, yeah, the military channel, the history channel, the science channel, Discovery Channel, Investigation ID, Health Discovery. That's what I was watching when I actually would turn a television on. Some of that stuff I still watch on YouTube. Some of it I seek out in books now. But when it comes to books, I don't have a problem reading fiction as long as the fiction is reality-based fiction. I don't like fantasy. I don't mind.
There we go.
science
I
fiction.
hate fantasy. I hate.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't mind science fiction because science fiction all too often becomes science reality, and science fiction is often just fun for me for whatever reason. But it has to be specific kinds of science fiction. It can't just be. I wouldn't call myself a science fiction fan. A military fiction fan, sure. Nonfiction.
You guys don't get into like the
dude,
Star Wars,
I get
Star
into-
Trek's, Harry Potter shit.
I've obviously read all the Harry Potter books. As far as the whole Star Wars, Star Trek thing, I read the books that are interesting to me. I don't
Right.
really get into the stuff on screens too much.
Well,
I don't
the
know.
funny thing too. The funny thing about that is, I was watching one of my favorite progressive commentators on Rogan, Kyle Kalinske, and he was talking about how much he hates like comic book movies, and it made so much sense to me. It's like I totally get it. It's the way I feel about sitcoms. Like, I just feel like everything is just set up to be laughed at. Well, a comic book movie, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen every time. You're literally watching a
what's
movie
funny?
to know what's
what's funny
literally
that
going to
you mentioned
happen.
that? It's funny you should mention that because no, like, and I saw this in the Mitch Rapp series, right? Like when they make the series is awesome. Everyone knows the series is awesome. That's why they want to make a movie about it because they know people are going to go watch it based off of the strength of the book. But when you go to the movie, the true fans of that series always notice that it's blatantly obvious. Nothing in that movie is the same way as the book. Nothing at all. And that goes for every Harry Potter movie that's ever come out. I don't know how Batman and Spider-Man and all the rest of those guys are because I'm not into that sort of stuff.
Well, so
But
that's
none
the
of that
thing.
shit
Like
is the way
comic
it is in the
books,
book.
they're the comic book movies, the superhero movies, and things like that. They're supposed to be a movie about the character. It's not necessarily a story about.
It's like porn, right?
It's
You
well,
watch porn to know
so
what
it's
you're going to
not
get.
like,
You're going to get. So they're going to
you know,
come at the end.
Spider-Man, yeah. Glazed donut at the end.
I hope so.
You know, Spider-Man had, 100 books. There's probably a million of them, but I'm just using this for an example. You know, there's 100 different comics, Spider-Man comics, but the Spider-Man movies aren't necessarily recreated comics. The character is recreated in an on-screen comic. So comic books were just the character doing different stories and different scenes throughout the comic strip. So somebody just took that and applied it to the movie screen. So to say that you already know what's going to happen, sure, you might get the gist, but you don't necessarily know exactly what's going to happen. Because, I guess like with Spider-Man, he's going to defeat
You have a rough outline.
Venom or whoever his villain was, but you don't know how he's going to get from
A to
Spider-Man
point
to
Q.
actually defeating the villain.
Yeah.
Because the movie is a brand new story. It's just on a movie screen.
But
so
by a book person's
I
lights,
disagree
but
with it.
by the lights of a book person, I agree with you, Adam. But and also though, I guess to further that, by the lights of a book person, dude, they're fucking up the movie by not getting the book right. Like some of the stuff
Well,
just
from the
did
book,
not
from
happen.
a book to movie, yes, 100%.
Yeah, but right, but some of the stuff just did not happen. That did not happen.
not
that
every
way.
book needs to be made into a movie. Also,
I agree.
feel
I don't.
very
I
strong about
really
that.
feel strongly about that. I wish that.
And
they
if you're
wouldn't
going to
that.
do it right.
Very.
There's
right.
been a few book to movies that were okay.
No, there have been some good ones. I actually have found one in my life, which I was shocked to find, that actually had a better movie than the book. That very rarely ever happens, but they exist.
So the novel that I was talking about that had sound design is actually fiction, but that's my point. I was able to be sucked in, and it was on some military shit or like secret agent investigative shit. Like it was some dope ass shit. But the acting was fucking fantastic. The storyline was great, and the sound design was pretty awesome. They had the gun sounds, and the ricochet sounds of the bullets. It was very, very well done. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, and I'll like get sucked into that kind of stuff. But if it's not anything like that, I don't really want to spend my time with it. I'm cool, bro. I need real shit. That's why I listen to
This was a
podcasts, because I
big-
look for like real conversations.
This was a big thing. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it's for the blind community, but I feel like the blind community got really big into it. Did you guys listen to the We're Alive podcast thing?
I started it. It's really.
Yes.
I actually really liked it. I thought it was very
I
well
did
done.
I
Sorry.
thought it was super good too. Like the
Yeah.
acting, the voice acting was a little cheesy in some points. Like, but you know,
but
do
for the
voiceover
most part,
acting,
they did a
thought it
pretty
was really
good job.
They did a bang up job.
And I was like,
And
I
there's-
really enjoyed something like that. It had the crazy sound effects and it was, super descriptive. So if you're into podcasting, whether you're blind or sighted, it's for everybody. So check out We Are Alive if you're into zombie stuff. Or We're Alive or whatever it is. And they've done a bunch of different variations of things now too. So
I was gonna say there's actually a carryover series.
there is, something about, I think it's like a prequel to like what happened in the jail or something.
So, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's something about prison. I don't know. But
It has to do with
Yeah,
the
that was
jail
pretty
side
dope.
as opposed to the people in the tower. Like what did the
Right.
jailers actually go through? Like their side of things.
yeah.
I'm still happy that bitch Scratch got her shit.
Yeah, there's another that this is not zombie related, but there's another podcast that I just heard. They're doing a lot of these audio dramas now through podcasts. It's what is it called? Something of Dolores Roach. The Horror of Dolores Roach. It's this Spanish chick from New York who was in prison for about 16 years. She went to prison over some nigga, right? Well, she ends up getting out and everything changes, and the only person has stayed around is this guy who has an empanada shop, and the guy who has an empanada shop eventually starts making empanadas of people, like.
I can't take you
It's so
serious.
good.
When you talk regular,
It's so
and
good.
then just when you say empanada, you go empanada.
Yeah, because I hate white people like you and my mom's friend. Yeah.
And my mom's
I get it.
Yes.
It's just funny. It's just funny that
Yeah,
you're talking normal, and then you go empanada.
Yeah, man. Because I'm Hispanic at heart.
There's a language
I know.
thing there.
Unfortunately, the worst thing that happens here is Daniel Romero, right? Like how
I don't know
this shit
who that
was
is.
it was purposefully made to be said Daniel. Like, that's
Yeah.
fucking, like,
Oye, tú estabas engañando anoche.
But the Horror of
Hey,
Dolores Roach, go check that out too. It's very well done. A couple of well-known comedians too. A comedian that was just on Rogan was on there. Donna Rollins. So
Me and the homie Slim.
and
wanted
the
to do
main
something
lady
like
is
that.
the main lady is a famous Broadway actress. She's known. Like that's what they're doing now, bro. They're pulling in fucking known actors and shit. It's crazy.
The dude that was the main guy real quick, going back to We Are Alive too, kind of sticking on this topic. The main guy, the soldier dude, I can't remember his name now, but
I think
he
you're
was
talking about
actually
Michael.
in Michael. Yeah. He was actually in a couple episodes of Ozark on Netflix, like an actual talking role and everything too.
Ah.
So, like, the guy was,
Yeah, I know somebody
these
who
are
hung out with them.
real actor people
With the whole cast of We're Alive.
Yeah.
And said
Yeah,
they
they
were
did the
really,
thing in
really
LA.
cool dudes, man. They do that whole thing in LA, yep.
Yeah. Me and the homie Slim we wanted to do something like that, but we wanted to do it like about a day in the hood or just like living in the hood. We were calling it Crown Plaza, and it was going to take place at like just a shithole apartment complex in the hood. Because Crown Plaza sounds like that would be a shithole apartment complex in the hood. Like, oh, you stay up at the Crown? Oh, shit. Some shit goes down at the Crown. Like, that was our whole concept. We were sitting here talking one day. We were just like, dude, we could totally write some shit about, you got the dope dealer upstairs at the end. Everybody goes to it. You got the quote unquote prostitute who lives down in 2B. You just roll up on her and be like, yo, here's $20, suck this dick. Like, it's just gonna be a day in the life in the hood. Like, we were trying, we never got any legs under it. So,
Dude, we could do that.
yeah, I mean, it takes time. It's but you just start writing a script to it. We started writing a script and it just never really took off, but it was good times. And really quick too, going back to sitcoms I think are good if you have good writers, because the purpose of a sitcom
For
is
sure.
to kind of take you out of your day to day and just let you sit down and chill and have some laughs, but associate with what's happening on the screen. A good sitcom to me puts me in the scene with them and be like, oh, that's totally relatable and funny how they're putting their twist on it, because I could see myself in that situation or whatever.
Doing
so
that,
if you have
yeah,
good writers
doing-
that can
yeah,
do
yeah.
that, then that's a good sitcom.
The writers make the
That's why
show,
I don't
man.
that's why I don't get like everybody loves Seinfeld. And I don't hate it, but I don't get it. I don't get the love for Seinfeld, because sure, a show about nothing but is supposed to be so funny. Like I didn't find the humor in everything that as many
But I
people
think
did about Seinfeld.
That was the humor at that time. Like, I've
Right.
been starting to realize that everything is changing, right? Like, the humor... God, some of the shit that they got away with in movies back then would cause an uproar today. Just because of the whole
Oh, of
Me
course.
Too and all that fucking crazy
Of
shit.
course.
If you had a
TV,
Euro trip
just
come
TV
out
shows.
today, holy shitteroni. You know what I'm saying? The
American
fucking world
Pie?
would turn upside down.
Can you imagine American Pie in 2020?
Forget it, bro. Forget it.
Not even a chance.
Austin Powers. Can you imagine Austin Powers in 2020?
Like Superbad was just what 2009,
2010?
2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Could you just 10 years ago? 10 years later,
Shit.
I don't think Superbad would even be accepted.
Yeah,
now.
dude.
I mean, and
White
shout
chicks.
out to Seth Rogen and white chicks for sure not. For sure
White
not.
chicks in
No way.
2020,
No way.
bro.
And that's a great, so goddamn funny. That's a great
It's
fucking movie.
so good.
But like Seth
But
Rogen,
it's-
shout out to them, because they try to push those boundaries. Like they put out that movie,
Yeah.
a movie just like was it beginning of this year? Fuck, I'm drawing a blank on what the hell that it was called. I think it was called Good Kids, and it was like elementary
Okay.
kids, like sixth and seventh graders, and they basically skip school. They encounter like some older girls that are like looking to get ecstasy. They're talking about sucking dick. They're playing with dildos, and it's just like regular ass kids. They're trying to like figure out how to kiss for the first time because they got like a big party coming up. It's like their first boy girl party, shit like that. And so it's like they're gonna spend the whole day skipping school trying to figure out how to kiss and learn how to kiss. But it's a Seth Rogen movie, so raunchy shit is happening, and there's a lot of shit that happens in that's like, how do they get away with it? It's 2020, and the shit that people shut down these
But-
days and get pissed off about, they're still pushing those boundaries.
Let me give you a double standard. You ready? I always love pointing
Always.
this double standard out in fucking movies. This will always never matter. A movie about male strippers will always pass over a woman stripper. Magic Mike. What were some of the other ones?
yeah.
There was a few other ones. But like you think about some of these movies that it was just like dudes fucking practically naked dancing. Fucking bitches going to the fucking theater. They're loving it. It's fantastic. Oh my God. That's not
But then
sexist though. There's not sexist though.
In
about
the
that.
you know how,
90s,
like-
late 90s, we had striptease. We had striptease and showgirls.
Right.
Striptease was Demi Moore, I think, or Demi. And showgirls had the chick from Saved by the Bell, Jessie Spano. I can't think of her. Elizabeth
Didn't she
Berkley.
play Kelly?
Yeah.
That's her name.
Kelly?
No, she played Jessie in Saved by the Bell, Elizabeth Berkley. But those were movies just about fucking strippers and just tits and ass everywhere in that movie. Like, you had kids coming. I remember I was working at Blockbuster, and you'd have fucking 13-year-old kids trying to throw striptease and showgirls up on the counter. Like, come on, you
Like
know-
they're cool.
You know I gotta call your parents. Like, you're not. You can't. Come on, dude. Like, who you trying to? What are you trying to do here? Like, you're trying to.
Did
beat
you
your
ever
meat to
call
some
and
titties.
ever they say, yeah, I told him to bring that home.
No, but that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. And they always try to be. They'd always try to be like, "There's a note that I can rent R-rated movies and stuff." It's like, there's no note, homie. I'm looking. There's no note. You cannot rent this. Sorry, dude. Like, if your parents come up here and start talking to me or my boss about you renting striptease and showgirls, that's my ass. I want to be the cool guy, but come on, I can't do this, dude. Fuck out of here. Here, have this.
That's my fucking job on the line, you little nigga.
Yeah. But it happened all the
you,
time.
bro. No
all
way.
the time. So many of these little kids trying to beat their meat to some tits.
God
Yeah.
damn. Just tits would have done it. Like, it's crazy the nasty shit. Like, evolution
That you
is so
can see
fucking
now?
real. It's crazy. The nasty shit you can see now is crazy. Bro, when we saw this motherfucker put his head in this girl's pussy, that's when I said it's over, nigga. We lost our fucking
Just pre-internet, man. Pre-internet. We were talking about this the other day, too, when we were talking about how internet porn just used to be still pictures, man.
It was
Striptease and
still
showgirls
titties,
was-
and then
was
it turned
before
into
the
he
internet blew
first
up,
put a
you know?
water bottle to prep it, then his foot, then his head, his up to his neck. My nigga, once I witnessed that, I said, okay. Everything is a thing. everything is, I guess, just a go ahead. There's a green light to everything, because holy shit. When I saw that and then the fucking asshole, the fucking anus out of the fucking ass, bro, the same night, I don't know what that shit's called, but you fucking like, you turn the fucking anus inside out, you pull that shit out. The pink
pink
sock.
sock?
Anal, no. It's called anal prolapse.
Yeah, the anal prolapse. See,
Okay.
Adam and I had the
I
same
like
name
pink
for it.
sock. Brando's got the doctor terminology. We call it pink sock.
You don't by chance know who that porn star was that you saw, do you?
This fucking guy.
I don't, but it's on Pornhub. Just put man puts head in pussy. I swear to God.
No. I've seen that before. I saw that back in like 2003, 4. I'm talking about the anal prolapse one. There's a few people who are out there who have.
There's a
Hold
few.
on, hold on,
have
hold on,
There's
hold on.
several
Hold
out
on.
there.
Because I'm about to. I want to
who
get
was
into
the-
this. I want to go into this a little bit more.
I don't know, but who was the person?
844-997-0775.
Oh.
You want to talk to us about anything we've talked about? You want to talk to us about porn? We're about to get into this topic. Hashtag comfortably porn on Twitter as well. At
Maybe.
CPPod100. All right, porn.
I'm just curious. Who was the porn star?
I don't know who
had
the
her
porn star
asshole
was.
inside it?
I just remember her fucking asshole was out of her cheeks.
There is a porn star. Her name is the Amazing Ty, and her asshole can go inside and out, and her vagina can do the same thing. Actually,
That's not healthy. That's not okay.
No, that's not okay. That's not okay.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Like,
it's a real thing. The
Yo.
Amazing Ty. Look it up.
that shit just looks like you
See?
have two wet pink socks just dangling out the front and the back. Just like she can shake her hips side to side and her shit would look like dog jowls.
That bitch looks like a car wash. She looks like a human car wash. Oh my god.
Slap, 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 slap. That's not. Her shit looks like pom poms from the waist down.
Nah,
Like, come
bro.
on.
No.
That's terrible. Yeah, that's some of the worst porn ever, bro. It's like two. Can you imagine? It's like two inside-out pockets in sweatpants.
Like
Two
a fucking
inside-out
penguin.
pockets and sweatpants.
Like a fucking
with
penguin,
a
bro.
roll of quarters in each.
Holy shit.
So wait, was the head and the pussy the first? Like that was your first real? Like what was your guys' first real moment? Like, oh shit, this is porn. Okay, now we're on to something here. Like,
The
you guys
first
remember?
real time that happened. I don't know. I think me.
Or
I
what
think
was
me and
the first porn you guys remember watching?
I think me and well, those are two different questions. I think the first porn I remember watching was actually pretty bad. Like, it was shitty audio and it just sounded really cheap, and the guy made too much noise for my taste. I don't know, but then the other answer to your question, when I was like, whoa, yeah, now this is porn, right? Like, that moment came at about 2 a.m. one December when I was with a cousin, and we were just rating some like DVDs to just try to figure out what we were gonna watch. And we were putting random shit in, and we were seeing shit like "Don't Be a Menace" and like all your normal classic movies, Bad Boy, whatever, But then we stumbled across a disc of some variety, and we put it, and we were using a video game console at the time. We weren't using like a DVD player. Anyway, we popped this disc in, and
The hood DVD play. The hood DVD play.
Exactly. Yo, let me tell you something. We put this fucking disc in, and all we saw was like a full moon and a pool stick. There was so much ass. So much ass in that. Yo, that was porn, bro. Like, we literally fell away from the fucking console. He went to one side of the room, I went to the other side of the room, and we just looked at the TV like, oh hell. Like, what do you do from here? Like, where does one man turn?
Wait.
Oh,
So it was
fuck.
your first like real porn was like anal porn, or
No.
a dude
It
hitting
actually
from
wasn't
behind?
anal. It was a picture, like the beginning shot was like a picture of a scene anyway of a dude and a girl. But then it went on. It's kind of like a teaser, right? And then it went on to show a bunch of different girls. It made some advertisements, and then it went to the part where the girl's talking, and then the guy's talking, and then they walk into a room and they meet up, and they start. I think they eat or something like that. They do something before they eat. They chat a bit more, and they start exploring each other. Checking each other out with that pornographic language.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like See, here's the age difference too. My first was a VHS tape, and she listens every now and then, but shout out to my ma, because it was her and
Hell
my pop's
yeah.
tape. It was her and my pop's
Hey, yo,
tape.
real
Me and
quick,
my-
too.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to James in the chat. Sam is also still there. She's watching. I know Shay's watching, so shout out to her too. But Sam earlier, just real quickly, I wanted to revisit the Seinfeld thing. She said that she understood the humor of Seinfeld after working in New York, but
Okay.
she says a lot of times
So
you
it
don't get
was more
Seinfeld unless you're from
regional?
the East
The
Coast.
comedy is more.
And that's
yeah,
that's a
okay.
true statement. A lot more people from the
Yeah.
East Coast would have been into it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because some of the people that I do hear talk about it, like one podcast I listen to, they're primarily from Pittsburgh, and they're big
Right.
on Seinfeld, and they're big on The Office, and The Office is kind of
Makes
based
sense.
out of Pennsylvania also, and I don't really get The Office.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Like Steve Carell is funny to me, and there's a few episodes that I've watched and I'm like, oh, that's funny, but the whole thing, people are like The Office is the greatest show ever made. I'm like, it's not bad.
The Office
but
is
it's
the
not-
great show
It's,
ever
it's
made.
not my
I gotta
favorite,
watch
you
some
know?
more
Like,
of The Office.
But that might be a regional.
It's very regional, obviously. The greatest show ever made? No one told me.
Yeah. People swear by The Office.
Pennsylvania.
But yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, and Sam says she doesn't understand The Office either. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. Brother Tim is from Pennsylvania, so that should tell you everything.
Hey,
you need
Brother
to know about
Tim.
Pennsylvania, right? Brother Timothy Clark.
My man.
Back to porn though. So my first encounter with actual porn was a VHS tape that me and my brother found of my ma's and pa.
Whoa.
And it was no, not of them. It wasn't like of them. It was their tape. No. It was
Okay. They bought it together. They went
It's
to the
not-
store. They
it's-
picked it
yeah,
out. They were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we were gonna watch
It
this
wasn't like you
together,
having
kind of deal.
AIDS.
Okay.
It was their tape, you know. It wasn't that situation. So we pop it in. They're at work one day. We're home. It's probably like summertime. I think I'm probably like 10 or 11. He's my little brother's like 9. And it's your typical 1970s porn. Dude walks in, long, curly, flowing hair, big old fucking bushy fucking mustache. And it's that typical, excuse me, it's that typical like sports scene. He goes into the medical room. A little nurse comes in with this skimpy little skirt on. And he's like, I think I pulled my groin. And she's like, oh, let me see it. Oh, your groin is so full. I think it needs to be drained. And she starts fucking just sucking his rod and just starts fucking the shit out of him on the medical table. And we're talking just big bushes, big old bushes. Like,
Oh yeah, dude.
the
Oh
chick's
yeah,
bush
that
is
was a
like
jungle.
halfway down her
You had a
thighs.
rummage.
She got
Oh no! Are you
bush coming up her
serious?
back of her ass crack.
No,
Like,
no,
we're
no,
talking
no.
bush.
Dude, she
bushes,
sounds like
bushes.
that bitch was Miss Dowdy, bro. Oh no.
She was loaded. And dude just cream pied the shit out of her. Her shit looked like sour cream with chives in it. Like, he just cream pied her so good. And he gets done. And it's just that typical like, I think it worked. I feel so much better. I can play the second half of the game now. Like, and then he just walks out the medical office like, okay. It was the cheesiest thing. But me and my brother were just like, that's a penis and I think that's a pussy. Oh my God, he's fucking her. We were just like, this is crazy. That was our first experience. So shout out, Mom. We found your tape.
Shout out,
She
Mom.
probably didn't know that.
Thank
She
you
probably
for
didn't know
having that
till just
tape
now.
around, Ma.
No, wait. I'm gonna be completely honest, right? I actually have, like, in hindsight, I think I've come across video porn, but I think maybe it was damaged or something. Because, like, when I was younger,
No,
like,
that's just what video looked like back then.
It was
Wasn't damaged.
No, because it would stop and start and stop and start and stop
Yeah.
and start.
Yeah. Welcome to
Like-
the tape days.
But we were looking for, like, some sort of a movie, like some sort of an innocent movie. You know what I mean? Like, and just to give you an idea, this was 99. I was about 8 years old. Right. We're looking for a movie, an innocent fucking movie. And we come across these tapes that have this, oh, yeah. You want to come on in? Yeah, come on in. And the beginning of the video is like, hold on, that's not our fucking movie. And we would just take it out. And a few of them we actually tried to get to run for a few, but they kept stopping and starting, and the quality was horrible. And we just took it out and kept looking for the normal movie. But I don't know. I think we came across some porn on video once or twice without knowing it.
844-997-0775. Hit us up. Let us know what your first encounter with porn was. We are definitely interested. I think we pretty much know Dan's. He shared with us that he fucking woke up and his dad was pounding some cheeks. Like,
my dad was proud of some cheeks. I got live porn, but more of my stuff like really started off with like when I told you guys about Mark in the Valley.
oh, yeah.
And so I
What
was
about
hearing
Don
like
Julio?
live sex shows. Don Julio. But I was definitely hearing
is
that,
Don
and then I
Julio?
heard like
Hold on, what's Don
the
Julio?
phone sex on the.
It's the that one DJ. What the fuck is that dude's name? I call him Don Julio, but I don't remember what's his actual name.
The
guy.
Francisco.
Francisco. Yeah,
Francisco, yeah.
Yeah, he did the sex show.
Not to be confused with the Italians, the Italians. But no, but he used to have the niggas. You remember El Chacal on the show? It was the fucking suited up like beast, the little monster with the trumpet.
Yes.
And he would troll
Yo,
niggas.
Jamil,
Oh my
Jamil
God,
and I were
yo, that
talking
was
about that the other day. Yeah.
That was the best thing in the world. But here's the deal. More so like exposure to videos and shit came on the internet, because now I was like, at that time I was just downloading fucking porn through torrents just because it was so available, you know? Like, I had already heard about the Pamela Anderson sex tape. So I got that. I got the Paris Hilton one, and I was already analyzing these sex tapes at 13. It's fucked up, but it's just what it is, bro. It's just what it is. It's just what it is.
Yeah, dude, like I remember the first. Go ahead, yeah.
No. Go ahead. Because I came in here. I wanted to play something. You talked about 70s
go for it.
porn.
Yeah, play it.
And one of my favorite things to always revisit is 8-track porn. This is
This is even
audio
before me.
porn from the 70s. And you can tell the acting and the audio shit is so fucked up and terrible. But it is so corny, but so goddamn funny, man. And I wanted to play some of this audio for us.
Yeah.
I think this will be good. These are
you sending it
classics.
to me
These
or
are
do you
definitely
got
on
it?
the internet already. No, I'm gonna play it here for everybody.
Okay.
Let's see.
Again, 844-997-0775. Holler at us.
So this is the first one I was ever introduced to. There's a whole like series of these, but these were literally on 8-track. You could literally hear some of the porn on the other side of the track bleed through. That's how you know it's a legit 8-track. Can you guys hear that?
Oh, yeah.
So this is the corny 70s horrible porn that Adam is talking about, just in audio form.
Oh, it's already starting good.
Hello?
Carol, you fucking whore!
Honey, that's a hell of a way to talk to your best girl buddy. What the fuck are you bitching about?
You know damn good and well what I'm talking about, you bitch. You fucked Joe the bartender last night, and he wasn't worth shit. I sucked his joint for 30 minutes, and his prick was like a piece of spaghetti. To crown it off, the bastard had the nerve to laugh when it wouldn't come up. But he finally admitted that you had fucked and sucked him earlier during his lunch break. Now I'm sitting here with a banana up my hungry cunt.
Oh, honey, baby, you know he never even looked my way. That dirty liar.
Don't give me that shit, you bitch.
Banana up her hungry cunt. Oh my god.
I sucked this joint for 30
I'm gonna start using that line. I was like, oh, don't be pissed because you're fucking got a banana up your hungry cunt. I'm gonna start using that. I'm so gonna start using that.
This prick was like lip spaghetti.
Don't be pissed because you have a banana up.
In your hungry cunt.
I sucked this. Yo, how could she say that? Yo?
Oh my god, that's classic.
Suck this joint for
classic.
30 minutes.
And why did Americans always sound like they're fucking snobby? Like that's not acting. Fucking people sounded like that back then. They sounded all fucking snobby and British. Not that British people.
That's
sound
real.
snobby.
You got a piece of spaghetti. Like it's like why did you speak like that?
Carol. You fucking Joe the bartender.
It's so weird how. Yeah, right. You fucked the bartender last night, and
Who called Joe the bartender? Why didn't you just say Joe? Joe the bartender.
you know who Joe is.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but that's evolution, right? People talk about not understanding trap hip hop today. That's literally English language, the English language shortening up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like patois. Broken English, baby. Let's keep going with this. This is such good stuff. It gets so much better.
With a banana up my hungry cunt.
Oh, honey, baby, you know he never even looked my way. That dirty liar.
Don't give me that shit, you bitch. He shoved that pencil prick of his up your cunt, up your asshole, and down your throat so often he could find that cave of a cunt of yours in the dark.
Jesus.
All right, little pussy buddy.
So aggressive. She's angry. Like,
She really is.
Dick.
That's 1970s jealousy, man. Like, niggas today would just fuck you, bitch. Like,
she shoved his pencil prick so far up your cunt and asshole and down your
Pencil prick of
throat.
his up your cunt, up your asshole, and down your throat so often he could find that cave of a cunt of yours in the dark.
All right, little pussy buddy. But when he grabbed me by the ass at the club last night, I creamed in my pants. Wait a minute, you cock-greedy bitch. After all, I'm the one who's a divorcee and he's all alone. At least Grace.
Greedy bitch.
You cock bitch.
you can buy this in the 70s.
We're not even to the fucking part yet.
We're not even to the sex.
Dude. You cock-greedy bitch. Oh, shit.
After the club last night, I creamed in my pants. Wait a minute, you cock-greedy bitch. After all, I'm the one who's a divorcee and he's all alone. At least, Grace, you're still married and have some steady cock around.
You're alone like the top girl in a whorehouse, you bitch. You could have at least warned me. What am I supposed to do with the burnt-out fucks after you've sucked their nuts dry? Plus, that old pencil prick husband of mine doesn't thrill me anymore.
All right, little buddy, I'm sorry. Next time I'll tell you. You little whore. What the hell is going on?
I'm coming, you dumb bitch.
Who the hell is there?
You dumb bitch.
I'm coming, you dumb bitch. You think I can try that out later? I'm gonna say that to my lady.
Oh, yeah, that's going to go well. That'll do it.
Oh, Brando, you should try that one later too.
I couldn't wait anymore. I'm climbing the damn walls. Oh, I told you I had a banana up my cunt. Oh, God, it's good. Jesus, it's just right. Oh, I've got it all the way in. I just wish I had another one up my ass.
Oh, you dirty thing. I have to admit, when it comes to fucking, you're a genius. I've always used carrots.
Oh, but this is smoother and thick all the way. It was good, but
Okay.
damn it, I'm still hot for a stiff prick.
I know what you mean,
Oh, I see what
pussy
you mean. You
buddy.
can hear
Nothing beats it.
The
While
bleed
I
on the
was
other
stuck-
side of the
track.
tape. Or of the
That's
track.
crazy.
Is that the other
How
side?
wild is that?
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
that's
where
the-
it sounded
that's-
like it almost sounded like somebody was next door to them or something. But
Yeah.
you
Like
stop
someone's in
thinking
another
about it,
room.
they're over the phone.
Or maybe
This is
there's a
supposed to be
TV
over
in the
phone.
background.
Yeah. That's
No.
crazy.
You'll continue to hear it.
What is it though? It's the other side of the record.
It's bleed from the other side of the 8-track. So on the other side was another scene. It was another pretty much porn.
Okay.
Why don't you try the delivery boy at the grocery store?
Is he any good?
Is he any good? Shit! He's got a cock on him like a horse. He's circumcised, and when his head swells, it turns rose red. Just thinking about it makes me put my finger up my cunt.
You mean your fucking hand, you bitch. That cave you have could take an elephant. Now, come on, get off the phone. I'm going to order some more bananas from the grocery.
That cave you have can take an elephant.
in your hand.
This lady is the king of insults. She's good. I need her on my team. Like, that's the one I want on my team.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh my god. Ooh.
God, you dumb bitch.
Ooh.
Mrs. Owens,
Yes?
I've got your groceries. I hope everything's
Oh,
here
this
that
is
you
gonna
ordered.
be good. This
So
is
do
gonna
I.
be good.
You know it's going to be good when he sounds like that, buddy.
Got your groceries.
Where do you want it?
For now, the kitchen table will do. You must be tired from all those deliveries. Would you like a drink before you go?
Oh, I sure would. I go on my lunch break now.
Oh, what do you usually eat for lunch?
Just what I'm
Pussy.
looking at.
And what do you mean by that remark?
They told me at the
Great
store that
pickup
Carol
line,
Peters
man.
recommended me. Baby, she eats all 10 inches of my prick.
Hey, you.
Stop the bullshit, slut. You don't have a damn thing
Oh.
on under that mini nightie.
Aggressive.
You want a good fucking so bad you can taste it. So stop screwing around and get the damn thing off. Now come here.
You like what you see, lover?
Jesus.
Cunt.
can't
With
do
a
that
body
today.
like yours, you should be in a high-class whorehouse. Now stop the bullshit and
High
come over here.
class.
Now get down on your knees.
Oh, feel me up a little, Jimmy.
Not on your life. Waiting will make you pussy. Now, unzip my...
You don't get to make demands, goddammit. Not on your life. You don't get to tell me what to do. Oh my god.
Not on your life. Yo.
844-997-0775 if you want to call in and comment on this.
I could have totally been a scriptwriter in the 70s. I could have wrote some shit like this. I'm going to write 70s porn today. I'm going to bring back, you know how shit always comes back? Like,
bring it back, bro.
Bell bottoms came back at some
If
point.
mullets
like,
came back.
I'm going to bring back 70s
Right?
porn.
70s porn.
I'm going to go find fucking hillbillies
Adam
with giant
Brumfield.
mustaches and just fucking bring back 70s. I'm going to get the ladies with the biggest bushes. And
Hey, Adam Brumfield, host of the Comfortably Poor podcast and
soon to be
responsible
director
for the
of 70s
resurgence of 70s porn in the 2020s.
I love it.
yeah.
Bro, you know I'd back you,
Man.
bro. You know I'd support that
Hilarious.
shit.
Dude, that's a lot of fucking
I
people.
fly and take my cock out.
Oh, honey, she was right. It's beautiful.
Stop talking and start sucking. Just the head. Start licking it all. That's my baby. Nice and easy. Just lick the head.
It's so damned hard. Christ, it's big. I don't know if I can take it all.
Won't be able to take it all. You got it wrong. You're not going to give me a blowjob. I'm going to fuck you in the mouth. I'm going to cram it so far down your throat you'll think it's coming out of your ass. Now start sucking, bitch.
Oh, Jesus, it's hard. Oh, it's so big.
I told you to stop talking so much. Put your mouth over the head. I dig it. Yeah, now take more of it and start sucking. Dig it. Deeper.
This was purposely
Deeper, cunt.
meant to be audio only then, right? Like this wasn't
Right, yeah.
something that was ripped from some sort of a...
No.
Video. This was
No, this was
purposely
actually
meant for
scripted to
audio.
be audio because if you hear
can
all
hear,
the,
like,
the
the-
sounds and then
fake sound effects and stuff. Okay, yeah.
well and you know they're fake sound effects too because as you continue to hear,
She's
you'll start
talking.
hearing the she's talking over the sound effects.
Over the sound effect, yeah.
So yeah. So, so it's like, oh fuck.
This wasn't mixed, right?
Yeah, like if you were an audiophile back then, you would just been totally turned off.
That's funny.
Hilarious, though.
Oh,
This is great.
This shit's getting my dick
This-
hard. Just
Well,
for all.
that's the end of the
Oh, please, Jimmy, play with my tits. Oh, damn,
Play with my
that's
tits.
good. Oh.
You little whore. The way your ass is twisting, I think you're coming just thinking about it. Oh, yeah. Hey, baby. Yeah. Now, use your teeth up and down it. Just your teeth.
use your teeth.
Use your teeth.
Jesus Christ.
He wants teeth.
Look harder. Harder. I'm going to ram it down your fucking
Ladies,
throat harder.
ladies.
Damn it, hard.
Jesus.
Hold on. Okay, he's gonna ram it down her throat in a second, but before he does that, ladies, don't take this. Don't try this at home,
No.
because most men will kick you in the face if you try to put some teeth in there. Okay.
Yeah. Watch your fucking teeth. Watch your fucking teeth.
Harder. I'm going to ram it down your fucking throat harder. Damn it, harder.
Oh, please squeeze my tits. They're on fire. Oh, Jimmy, let go of my ears.
Fuck you, cunt. I'm going to come down your throat. You fucking well better swallow it.
Fuck. That's always been my favorite part. Fuck you, cunt.
Let go of my ears.
Harder. I'm going to ram it down your fucking throat harder. Damn it, harder.
Oh, please squeeze my tits. They're on fire. Oh, Jimmy, let go of my ears.
Fuck you, cunt. I'm going to come down your throat. You fucking well better.
That's the icing on the cake. That's too funny.
Fuck you.
It's great every fucking time, man.
Crying.
Oh God, my
Great
stomach
every
hurts.
time.
Funny.
This is a classic. I heard this 12 years ago, and still to this day. It's just as fun. Fuck you, cunt.
Stop. I have to take my headphones off. I have to get a drink. I'm going to get a drink. I'll see you in a minute. I'll be back. Jesus.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
This is beyond funny.
He hasn't even fucked her. This is just a blowjob.
He hasn't even
He hasn't even fucked her. We haven't even gotten to the sex.
Oh, bro, I got tears running down my face.
Swallow it all. You let one drop spill and I whip your ass so hard you won't sit down for a week. Oh, yeah, baby. Get ready, you bitch. I'm gonna come. Oh, damn. Chris, I'm coming.
There's two male voices. There's two dudes.
What is that? What is
I don't know what the fuck that is, dude.
For the last 3 seconds. For the last 3 or 4 seconds, there were about 4 people there. Like, there were like 4.
That's
two
no.
dude
So that's
voices.
the
sound effects,
guy
right?
and the woman, and then the extra sound effects of the
Extra sound
sucking.
effects, yeah.
They just gotten
The
more
sucking.
intense.
And
That was good. Swallow
in
it.
the studio recording this? Like her
that was good. Swallow, damn
face
it.
while she was trying to record it. Like,
Did you,
Like-
dude? Did you hear that? And there was two. Literally, he was like, "That was good." Swallow, damn it.
And the acting though, the thing too is like, you had to run through this all the way, like once. You couldn't wait. 8-track was expensive.
yeah.
So you couldn't waste this shit. So like, they had to get this all the way right, all the way fucking through. So they had to probably practice this. Like, how weird is that? Like, you had to practice porn.
That's crazy.
That's great.
Oh, you're fucking right. It was
Sounds like she's gonna throw up. Like she's a drunk girl coming in. She's like, oh, and she's got you holding her hair back.
Oh, that was quite a load you shot. Shit, I thought I was going to drown. I can't wait to feel that big prick of yours in my juicy pussy.
Feels good. Now, start working on me with your tongue. Start on my balls and work your way on down to my asshole.
Oh, when the hell are you gonna fuck me?
Don't be so damned impatient. Carol's right. You're built like a brick shithouse. Baby, when you're through working on me, I'm gonna suck that sweet little cunt.
I thought that was a more modern thing.
I think it was more quiet.
Well, what you thought? What was more of a modern thing?
Ass eating.
Ass eating.
No, it was. It's not. People have been eating assholes as long as we've had them. It's just, it's not something that people talk
Sorry, I
about.
forgot.
Again,
we
it's the
got
conversation of it.
Assholeologist on the show.
People have been, but you know, it's just not something people have been. People just recently started admitting it. You know what I mean? You know, so it's.
It became
No one ever had
commercialized,
to,
dude.
No one ever had to
After
tell me
that
to eat
song-
ass. I just did it.
It was after
You know what I
porn,
mean?
right? Like
After
porn, like actual scene.
No,
porn.
after Janae
Started making it more
Aiko's
real.
verse on Omarion's song when she said, "You gotta eat the booty like groceries."
Groceries.
That's when niggas started talking. That's when niggas really started talking about it. They're like, "Oh shit."
Well, no, I
Oh,
think.
well, if
I
they
think
do
even
that,
before
I do
I
it.
think even before that, Kevin Gates was like, "I eat booty." Like
eat
that was
booty.
a
Yep,
big
yep.
thing for him. And Kevin Gates was big about that. But like that's always been, like I said though, no one ever had to tell me to eat ass. Like no one ever instructed me to do that. That was never in any health book. That's just something that I did. Like, I've always done that ever since I was a teenager. I've always liked to lick assholes. So
Since a teenager.
yeah, I've always been on this. So I don't, you know. So I think they just were on the same shit.
Can I ask you a question?
And this scene happens like.
When's the first time you got shot on?
The first time I got shot.
How old were you?
Dan.
20.
What?
20,
I think it's a valid question, Adam.
I'd say.
What do you
Slow down, Rosie.
What are you doing?
I'd say like 19 or 20.
19 or 20. All right.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
When's the first time you guys took a load? 844-9.
Please share your shitting stories. Appreciate it.
Please do.
He is at RKRV3 on Twitter. Share all your stories with him.
Yeah.
He wants
I
all
might see
the
them
smoke.
one day.
He wants all.
Yeah, I gotta wake up at College City in Florida. Don't fucking tweet me with any of that shit.
Yeah. Whew. That's good shit. Where did you find those? Those were on YouTube? You found those, or where did you get those?
God, these are in a collection, but I had this original one for a long time, because they talked about this on O&A back in 2008. And
Ooh, that was funny shit though.
oh, it's good, dude. There's obviously so much more to it, but I you get the gist of it, and I think it's so fucking fantastic.
Yo, can you drop me that?
I can most certainly send you the whole folder. There's like 8 of these.
Yeah, please do. Send it tonight, and I'll remove it from your space post haste.
Brando's all about.
You know, I had that original one off of an Opie and Anthony torrent site, but this folder is actually in this big porn collection that went around, and of course, right above that is 8th Street Latinas. And then right above that is 6 black sticks. One white trick.
6 black sticks.
This is in my porn folder, okay?
Folders on your computer?
I have a porn folder. Everybody's got a porn folder, bro.
I've got more than one porn folder.
Why do you have porn folders? Like,
You're a
just go to the
bullshitter.
I don't.
No,
I just go. I'll just go to porn.
No, he's
he's
just not one person who does. I've got my own porn. I don't need to go to the site. I've always had my own porn. I've got
Like if
gigs
I'm watching
of porn.
Well, I
just
go to the
site
site now
like,
because
don't
I watch
download it.
porn on my phone, but I don't.
It depends, though. It depends on what I want to see. Some sites don't have the porn I want to see. Like I the porn I want to see is always with me, you know, and Dropbox.
Well, I have a
on
whole
hard
fucking
drives.
collection. If you ever want to have a good time, my folder. What is your porn folder called? Mine is called Goodies. In my movies folder.
My porn folder is one of them is called Screenshots. Another one is called R2. Another one is called Open Up. Another one is called Cream. Another one is called Fluid. I got another one called Candy. I got a lot of ones. I got one called Self Made. Black on White. Milk Toast.
Yeah, there's some pretty good ones in here. Almost jailbait.
Almost.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to have anything to do with that one, I don't think.
No, that's like 18-year-old girls. That's why they're fucking saying that. Anal corruption.
Anal corruption.
Anal eruption? Is that like scat?
Well, no. Is that like what is that called? Well, the black chick that was getting interviewed, and instead of what was it, evaporating, she said eradicating. She said evaporating.
Yeah.
She said vaporizing is the thing. Or evaporator.
No, she said another E word, but it was like
It
Yeah,
was
I remember.
evaporate.
Big black wet asses is another folder in here. Yeah, there's some good stuff.
Oh
Jesus.
my! Now that might be a folder worth investigating.
Black
Yeah,
squirters,
Jada Fire.
cheating housewives. Oh, that's always good.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
You,
Comeback pussy.
Come back, pussy. Come.
why do you think porn, like today, even porn, still has a cheesiness to it? Do you think that's like an ode to the 70s, like the original porn? Like there's still, when you watch a porn today, like the step brother, stepsister shit, there's still that like, oh, hey, Jimmy, I didn't know you were
They're trying to set up
standing
the
there."
story, yeah.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
I think
but
it's
there's
just an
still a
ode to
very, like,
acting, right?
weird-
Because, like, the thing is, the one thing that has been lost with everybody having camera phones is the ability to make their own porn. So amateur porn blew the fuck up. And
Right.
after that, the porn business struggled because it's like, yo, if people are willing to put their fucking porn out there, if people are willing to fuck on camera and not give a fuck and put it on websites, then why the fuck not? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all with it. Like I don't need to see your shit. So I think that was the whole idea, and I think it's more so to keep that to tell people, yo, this is still acting. At the end of the day, like we might be fucking on film, but this is still acting. You know, there's still a director involved here.
But wait. The best, and that's kind of, see, the best porn, right? Or the best sex. I hate porn has a lot of baggage with it, and that's kind of why the word has a bad connotation. But like, the best filmed sexual acts are like not planned out, like, and you can get stuff like that, but you kind of have to leave a camera running around two sexually compatible people. But if you do that, like, you can pick up some really crazy shit. I remember there's this time in the Dominican Republic that one of my friends had got like him and this one girl fucking just three times, nothing big, 3 times on video. But it was all natural. There was no real setup that anyone planned. They came home, they ate some food, they laid in bed for a few minutes, they got horny and they fucked. Like you go swimming, you come home from swimming, you guys jump in the shower, you start fucking, like, and the fucking carries over and stuff like that. Like, but that sort of shit you have to kind of invest time in that sort of thing. And no one's doing that for things like porn. They want to set it up. They want to try to make it look good. And all of the effort that they put into it, I think, makes it worse.
I agree.
Shout out Sam in the chat still. Says she can't believe that I don't have a folder. Yeah, I don't have a folder. I mean, again, if I'm going to be at my computer, I'm just going to pull it up on a website. Like, it's right there. Like, why? I don't know. Never thought to have a folder. Just one of those things, I guess. Um, 844-997-0775. You want to give your 2 cents on anything that we've talked about? Porn. And a lot of porn.
8-track porn.
70s porn.
Yeah, man, I don't know. That's wild stuff there. How about
What else has been going on with you guys' quarantine? What are you guys doing to stay busy during these quarantine times?
shit? Nothing, bro. Learning. I've been, kind of like been trying to learn more with Reaper and mixing and scouting out VSTs and then I also have been like I said I've been doing the Twitch thing, so I've just been chilling, bro. Like smoking a lot of pot.
Smoking a lot of pot.
I'm smoking
Yeah.
a lot of fucking pot, dude.
Yeah, I think there's probably a
You
lot of
get some
people smoking
cheeks
a lot
and
of pot
everything,
right
you'd be
now.
good?
A lot of people drinking. There's probably a lot more beating your meat going on right now. So if anything, we probably helped out some people by playing a little porn for them. Like what do you think the pregnancy rate in the next 9 months, the next like 8 to 9 months?
I said that,
There's gonna
bro.
be a shit ton of babies, right?
Bro, I said that a couple of weeks ago, and people were just laughing at me. But I was like, "Yo, there's gonna be
How much further?
Oh shit, my bad.
He wanted to finish it.
No, that wasn't even that. It was some audio that something else. But fuck, you threw me off guard. God damn it! I smoke a lot of pot for you to goddamn do that shit, Adam.
Pregnancy.
That's not helping me. What about pregnancy?
There's gonna be a bunch of pregnancies after this quarantine.
So I said that a couple weeks ago, and people were laughing at me. They thought I was like
That's
fucking
a
just trying to be
huge
funny,
thing.
and I'm like, no, my nigga, listen. There's gonna be what is that? What's
Corona
9 months from
babies.
now? Corona babies from March,
It's gonna be
mid-March.
right
I'm gonna
around,
say
yeah.
that's November.
December,
That's like
January.
mid-November.
Yeah. November,
So-
December
I mean,
area.
you got-
Pretty much
Yeah.
October to December, late October to early December.
Yeah. So that baby.
9 months from now.
Not even from now, but from even
Roughly.
earlier than now. You have to
I
give
mean,
it
if you
a
go
little bit of
from
room.
March, 9 months is December.
Okay,
It's more like
December.
December, January.
So December,
December to
Go
January.
back to math.
Okay.
Man, numbers are hard.
No.
Jesus.
Yeah, the dumb
Especially for-
motherfucker wants to
especially
tell
if-
us to do math today.
Especially if you're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of fucking Sagittarius and fucking Capricorn kooky babies.
Oh, fucking love them.
It's gonna be a good time.
A lot of my brothers coming. We will endure.
A lot of wet pussy coming.
Oh, a lot of fucking big
no
asses
pun
coming.
intended, or pun very intended. Let's go to the
Hey.
phones. We got a phone call. If I can get.
2 guesses here, and the first one doesn't count.
All right. Come on. Why isn't our phone system working?
Hello.
There it goes.
Yippity!
Yo,
Hello. Am I here?
you
Hi.
are indeed, sir.
Hello. All
Hey.
right.
What's going on, buddy?
Hi.
Howdy.
Oh, I was dying over the 70s porn. I actually heard that. I actually heard the particular one you played as a teenager myself, and I forgot how I forgot how good that I forgot how good that chick was with insults and how angry she was. I was like, wow.
Oh my god.
But
I'm coming, you dumb bitch. Oh my god.
your cave of a cunt is great.
Can fit an elephant.
You're a cunt, could fit it up.
Yeah. But I called to share a story that was told to me yesterday, and I'm glad that I get to share it here. So, my boyfriend was telling me about when he stayed with a friend of his. So it was a lady and her husband and their 4-year-old daughter. And they both worked, and he would babysit the kid during the day. And this guy really liked beer, but he couldn't handle his beer very well, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So we have kind of the setup little story, which is he got really smashed. They went to bed. He comes walking down the hall naked, and proceeds to piss in the hall closet all over a bunch of clothes and the floor and everywhere.
Wait,
And
what?
We've all been there.
And so,
No, Adam. No, we all haven't been there.
Oh, we haven't?
I've never
Well,
done that.
Oh.
I've
You
never
haven't
done
been
that.
big enough.
I've been.
I'm not
have
gonna
not
The
lie.
furthest I went is
No, wait,
piss
wait.
myself while I was walking to the fucking to the urinal.
No, I'm not.
I
gonna
could
lie.
not
I've
make
pissed
it.
in some strange places, being drunk,
Yeah.
but never a closet. That would be a new one for me.
Did you think it was like a porta potty?
Lawns, bushes,
And so-
walls, but not closets.
So the wife gets up the next day, puts everything she can in the washer, takes other things to the laundromat, but does this like it's all normal. He's like, oh, okay, apparently this has happened before. All right, whatever. Okay, so a couple nights later, he gets smashed again, and he passes out on the couch. And so my
Don't tell
boyfriend
me.
and the girl were passing the bowl back and forth, and they notice a stain start to appear on his pants. As nonchalantly as you
bro.
please, she walks over to him, opens his pants, pulls out his dick, and proceeds to let the rest of his piss drain into an ashtray, an empty ashtray.
Oh my God.
That's
And I was like,
bizarre.
whoa, I have never heard a story like this
Oh,
ever in my life.
God.
I have heard of somebody pissing in a closet before, but never
Who?
that.
pulls out someone's dick while they're pissing, too, though. Like, that's a savage
No,
move.
he was passed out. He was passed out on the couch, and so she didn't want him to piss on the couch and piss in his
that-
clothes. So
Yeah.
when she
That's
That
crazy.
saw
makes
the
sense,
stain,
but like,
she pulled it
holy
out and let it
fuck,
fill
that's
up the
savage.
ashtray.
Yeah, you don't want someone
Ugh.
pissing on your couch, that's for sure.
That's definitely for sure, but Jesus fucking H Christ, that is aggressive. Pulling out a dick while there's piss coming out of it
Wow.
is fucking insane.
I'll tell you a funny.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a quick funny story and kind of like parallel with that one real quick. I was in bed and I was drunk. I was drinking Mama Juana. Dan knows what Mama Juana is.
Oh shit.
If you drink it in the right quantity, in the right state of mind, it actually makes your dick hard and makes you want to fuck. But I drank so much
Yep.
of that shit that I got actually super drunk, and my girl was actually
whiskey
horny, and
dick.
I actually really wasn't. And so she actually pulled my dick out to try to suck it, and I pissed in her hand.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, damn. Woo.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for the call, James. Yeah, I mean, I've been to that point where I've, like pissed in places where, you think you're opening up the bathroom and it is a closet, but mine's never been like a coat closet or clothing, maybe it's where the mop and the
It's only a
is.
matter
You
of
just-
time, dude. I've pissed at a lot of places. It only hasn't been a closet by luck of the draw. I mean, I've pissed along doors. I've pissed in a corner because I thought it was a urinal. I pissed off the edge of the bed and then just rolled over and went back to sleep. Like, I've pissed in some places for sure, but it just hasn't been a closet yet. So yeah, I've been there.
No, my guy Elvis Duran. My always the funniest story that I always laugh at. I just think of is like so funny is he tells a story all the time about how he got drunk and pissed in a gas tank. He pissed in a fucking.
Jesus.
He just opened up somebody's fucking gas tank and just goddamn pissed in it. Like that's savage shit right there, dude.
Let's wrap up on this real quick. I know, Brando, you got to get going, but what did you guys do for your 420? You guys have a good 420? You guys are big smokers.
Quarter pound of weed. You fucking right. I had a good 420. This has been the best first week of my fucking life.
Yeah,
wanna
dude,
thank
it's
all
been
my
pretty
benefactors.
chill, bro. I literally stayed high like all day. I mean, it's not any different from most days, but like this time I just ramped it up,
Right.
bowl for
Yeah.
bowl. You know what I'm saying? Just token back, bro, relaxing. You know, I like to conserve a lot of times, but this time I was like, fuck it, we're in our house, we're quarantined. Might as well smoke some pot, right?
Might as
We
well.
can't go anywhere,
Might as fucking
Exactly.
so you know, fuck it.
This has been another episode of the Comfortably Poor Podcast. We appreciate you guys. 844-997-0775. Fuck with us. Drop voicemails. Let us know what's on your mind. Questions, comments, anything like that.
Dan, do you want
know,
do you
want some advice?
to act right before we end it? Do you want to run through some strains real quick, like just what we've got on deck right now, or did you want to save that for Sunday?
I can definitely let me actually write up a list that I would love to read up on, and I can put together like all the information on it. That would be pretty dope.
All right, bet.
So we'll talk about dope on Sunday show. So hang out with us Sunday, 11
Yeah, if you're a
a.m.
70s if you're a fucking boomer
70s
who hates weed, you call it dope.
Yeah. You know, or you just call everything dope.
Fuck you,
Sunday,
cunt.
11
Point your
a.m.
ears.
Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Fuck you, cunt.
Excuse me. At CP Pod 100 across all social media platforms. Hashtag Comfortably Poor on Twitter. Talk to us there. Inbox at comfortablypoor.com. Get your articles, video clips. And we're open for like if you want to shoot us a video question too that we can just stream. We can just play the question. You know, you don't have to leave a voicemail. Shoot us record a little video question on your phone. Drop it to us in our inbox, and we'll air it and play it. And you know, we can address your needs, whatever's on your mind. And I think that's gonna be it.
That's gonna
we'll bring
be
back
it.
some more randomness to you
Hey, yo,
guys.
wash your hands. Don't touch your face. You know what I'm saying? Tell your bitch to trim her pussy so, you know, the corona don't get trapped in the fucking pussy hairs. And,
She
you
like
know what I'm
Joel
saying? And go to
Ortiz,
town.
and
Eat that
just
motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
sloppy Joe ass nigga.
Eat that shit. And put a finger in her asshole, too, while you're eating that motherfucker. You know, she'll love it.
All right.
And then put it in your
Joey
mouth
Diaz.
afterwards.
Yeah, no, she'll love it. She'll love it.
Smoke
Take
weed
Brando,
every
for
day.
example. See, he's the fucking problem. By the way, Compton is on all. The Chronic is on all streaming platforms now, so not just on Apple. So if you're a Dre fan, go ahead and listen to that on Spotify or anywhere else. Take it easy, guys.
Classic album.